Hello, beautiful people. We are back with another episode of Just My Thoughts with Mel. I'm Mel. Welcome. If this is your first time, get settled in. We're going to take a little journey on a topic. For those who have been tuning in, thank you so much for coming back and supporting. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all the things. And I just want to introduce to you all a special guest, bit of a celebrity, if you will, Mr. Morris Gordon, aka Mista Darkeye.
Wow, I'm a celebrity. That's all right. Well, you did call me a superstar once, and I take all of that in.
I just, I give credit where credit is due.
What's up?
Yeah.
So, well, I'm gonna shoot it right back. I'm proud of you. You took this step, and you are here.
We're here, and you know what? I thought that I needed to do all these extra things to prepare. And I've heard so many people say, just start. And I was like, that sounds so encouraging and so cute, but it is highly intimidating for those of us who feel like we need a picture, logo, trademark. Right. We need all the things in place before we start anything. And so it can be a little overwhelming, I will say. And because of that, it makes it easier to procrastinate. But when you got people asking where you are and what happened, I guess you can't procrastinate for so long. So
there you go. Well, like you said, it makes it easy. If it's making it easy to procrastinate, then you know that's not for you. Just start, because you can't learn to drive a car in park. So you gotta make it happen.
He has all the analogies, guys. Just giving you the heads up.
I'm a rapper too, so I'm clever with my thoughts. Bars, man, bars. So what we talking about today? We talking about something.
Does the Proverb 31 woman exist?
Does she exist? Yeah. Okay.
Today.
All right.
Have you encountered any?
Have I? Wow. Wow. Have I encountered? Well, I would say that maybe I have, before I was actually fully educated on a Proverbs 31 woman. So I may have.
Okay.
Just didn't know.
You couldn't identify.
I couldn't identify because I didn't necessarily know before I actually studied the word.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I have, but at this point, I'm now aware, so I'll probably be able to answer that question in a couple of months.
I'm glad you said that, because I think that even us ladies probably haven't studied enough to identify if we embody these characteristics, if we embody these responsibilities that she was held for.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's easy to go to all of these Proverb 31 conferences and to have these cute journals and t-shirts and handbags, but do we really fully understand who she was? And then to say, I'm striving to be this, I don't know if we really understand what responsibility we're putting on ourselves to reflect who she was. So yeah, I think that's, I don't have an issue with the Proverb 31 woman.
Okay.
I think it is unfair to say you should be Proverbs 31 woman, because this chick had a lot going on. And all of us, even in this world of entrepreneurship and this grand, exodus from being tied down to corporate America, and a lot of us finding our own avenues of income, and then some having multiple streams of income. Even in the midst of all of that, everyone is not an entrepreneur. Everyone does not have that discipline. We don't have that consistency. We can't even be consistent with laundry. How are we going to be consistent with a business? I think that
okay,
if we could maybe dissect
Uh-huh.
who she is and then identify with pieces instead of saying you should be this. That would be more palatable.
So I mean, where that's a woman of noble character. So yeah, it says this is the verse that speaks to her dignity.
Mhm.
I mean, important, right? There's one part of it, but
She has value.
right.
Mhm.
So I mean, myself personally, I'm thinking that that's what women should automatically know about themselves. You hold a certain level of value.
Automatically.
Of course. Why wouldn't you not see yourself as being
Valuable?
yeah. Why wouldn't you see yourself?
Because life. Okay. There are existential issues, right? And then we have our own internal insecurities. And then when I say internal, I'm not just talking about what we say to ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and our insecurities, but in our comparing to other women, but also internal when I talk about household. So you're talking about my relationship with siblings and what negative connotations I've heard from them.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I've heard from my parents and what I've heard from that aunt, that uncle. And then I have to deal with what traumas have reared its head from birth until 18.
Yours.
Anyone's.
Oh, anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're saying, oh, you should know your value off top.
Right.
I can,
Right.
but it can be dismantled depending on what happened.
So it's coming from the outside, not necessarily within you.
Within you too. You might have insecurities just because we compare ourselves to other people. I used to think that my voice was mad deep compared to other girls in school. So I still talked a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
But in my head, I was like, man, I can tell the difference.
Right.
So, yeah. And that's just one of the things.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't even get to like physical aspects, anything like that.
Right.
Who the boys were paying attention to and why. But there's so much more that's piled on top of it. And then you talk about trauma. And then you're talking about your relationship with your parents and if you're actually being heard, if they get you. Because not all parents get their kids. So
Right. I mean, yeah, but it's, to me, as you talking, I'm still hearing all the things that's coming from the outside.
well,
That's
I
affecting
said
you.
internal because that's
Yeah.
in the house.
Okay.
Not necessarily
within you.
within you.
Okay.
And within you would just be your own insecurities and then how you perceive other people's treatment of you, thoughts about you. So all of that is internal. And then the other internal, from my perspective, would be...
I know, I'm going to do it. That's a habit.
I know, it's okay. The other internal would be in the household.
Yeah.
That's my version of internal because that's where you spend most of your time.
Right.
Not most of it, but a good portion of it. And then external would be anything outside of the household.
Right. So yeah, so it takes me back to, I stand by what I said though. I feel like, yeah, this is something that you should know, but then it gets disrupted from all the other stuff.
Well, that's the thing. We're not learning this at 6-7 years old.
Right, you're right.
So,
which we should be. It should be.
I mean, I agree.
Like adults should be doing that and speaking that into kids.
Younger kids.
Yeah, they should do that. But
I agree. I mean, it would be nice, but you have multiple generations that didn't get that
right
at 6, 7, 8. And so now what? Because now you have women walking around talking about period and they trying to get flued out. It's all the things right now. So it's like,
I love them impressions you be doing with other women. Go ahead.
So being virtuous seems boring, right? Because I'm not dramatic enough. I'm not toxic enough. I'm not slashing tires. I'm not smoking weed. I'm not going to the club. So at what point will not only women start to dissect what a virtuous woman looks like and how we can gain the attributes that we lack, I would say we can relax on this Proverbs 31, just a pinch. Not saying not mention it. I'm saying we could relax as far as putting up this massive standard to say you should be this.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I feel like, yeah, you should be this, but it's not necessarily pressure.
Yes, it is pressure.
Nah, it's not, because it's just who you should be. It's just it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these are just
that's just
standards.
Who you should be.
Yeah, like, okay, so
you
the
make
next
it sound real easy.
I understand. I know I'm not a, so I get it.
No,
is that where you coming from?
No. Because even if I said you should be everything Boaz was.
Yeah. I mean, I got you.
So it's kind of like, oh, no. You should have been Boaz at 8. Okay? You should have been out here leading these kids in elementary.
Oh, so is this like a time thing? Like
no.
Okay.
We were going off of why didn't y'all know y'all were valuable at a young age?
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
So I'm saying even when you were younger, did you know you were valuable at that age? Regardless of who had the best Sonic sneakers that lit up, whoever had a color TV in their bedroom, did you know that you still held value? Did you know that your voice was important at a young age?
Well, for my story, mine kicked in probably like 14, 15, something like that.
See, it was later.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, you know, having dignity though, self-respect. I mean, you know, I'm just saying that's something or whatever that should have been taught to little girls.
Oh yeah, but what if my mom was on drugs and I didn't know what dignity looked like?
Yeah, that's true. I get you. I mean, I'm totally in agreement with you.
I'm not looking for you to agree. I'm okay with pushback, but I think it's easy to look from our scope only. But as for me, who I have been around people from all walks of life, and so all of us haven't had a 2-parent household. And then if some of us had a 2-parent household, but the mom wasn't there or the father wasn't there, or our parents existed, but they were in the streets, so our grandparents raised us. So many variables come into play. And that's why I'm like, should I know that I'm valuable soon as I start walking and talking? Sure. However, if there's no one there to affirm me, then how am I supposed to know when I'm not being taught?
All right. Okay. All right. So the second one is patience.
Don't try to skip over it. You were supposed to.
I thought you wanted to go through all the.
Okay.
Fine. No. I know this is your show. I'm not guiding it. I'm trying to take over. So okay. Back up. Let's go back. All right. We're not gonna go to the next.
You didn't answer the question. Did you feel like you were somebody valuable, whose voice should be heard at a young age?
No, I didn't.
Were you outspoken?
Nah, I was actually quiet. So all of that kind of kicked in for me through me discovering I had a voice creatively in music, and that was the only place I felt like I could really talk and get stuff out and whatever was on my heart and mind, because I felt like otherwise nobody listened or cared. So that was my
outlet.
Yeah, that was my outlet for real.
Got it.
That was mine. But yeah, you're right. It's something that you learn later in life as we go through all the things that we go through and become adults, and now we are here able to talk about these things. But yeah, early on, no, it's not there at all.
That freedom from people and freedom from people's perspective takes time. And I'm not going to say it takes time for everyone. I know people who had excellent childhoods and they are free in themselves to create, to lead, and to explore, which I think is beautiful. And it's so pure and like innocent, if that makes sense, to watch. And not that I'm watching in a envious lens, but I'm just like, wow, like what more can they do, because they had that stability, they had that affirmation from a young age. Like, who knows where they'll be in 5 years and 10 years. So it's awesome to see. I big up everyone who did not have that and still are out here flourishing to, try whatever avenue, business-wise, academically, even climbing a corporate ladder, flipping homes, and you didn't have that support in the beginning. I think that's something to say there as well. Like, that's a special person that can flourish through adversity, or after adversity, and still be able to say, I made it. Obviously not on our own strength, but it's almost poetic how life is structured. You're constantly graduating. So I think it's just beautiful. But
yeah, it's always the next level. There's always more to do, more to know, more to learn. And I thought about this. Yeah, you're right though. But some stuff, timing wise, it's just meant for you to learn later. But now I see the results of kids getting poured into early. I see now, like, they start businesses earlier, like 10 years old.
I love it.
I mean, they start businesses way early. Like, my niece started her business at 18. She's a caterer and has her own food truck. So
wow.
Yeah. So she's out here killing it.
What's the name of
Royal Eats.
I was about to say.
Chicken and potatoes. Make sure y'all holler at the Maya Jackson in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Where her chicken and potatoes is amazing. So proud of her. She is out here killing it. So it's like they starting out early. I think that's what the difference is. And I found out I was her inspiration. She told me that. I was like,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So that would be, the support system around, but also parents who had kids on purpose. Or even if they didn't.
A lot of us are oops babies.
Even if they didn't have their child on purpose, they still had a purpose for their child.
I wasn't supposed to be here.
At all.
My mom's too tired. My parents supposed to wait 6 weeks. But thanks to a trip to Myrtle Beach and a bottle of wine, I'm here, baby. To the doctor, and it's like, yeah, Miss Gordon, you pregnant. And my pops was like not happy. So I was like, man, you ain't want me, huh? All right, it's cool. It's cool. But it's all good. I'm here though. God definitely had a plan for me.
Yeah, you snuck through. So apparently you had a reason. Being the last gave the opportunity for me to watch others make their mistakes. And so I was able to say, don't want to do that. Cool on that. I possibly could try that now when I get older.
Right.
Not right away, blah, blah, blah. So there was a lot of things that I could take notes from, and I think that kind of buffered my life along the way. So it's pretty cute.
I did not know that. So you are the youngest. So how many other siblings you got?
You taking over again? See,
Okay,
this is what happens when y'all invite somebody who has their own podcast, and then they're like 20,000 listeners. So they just naturally flow into this role.
Followers. I have 27,000 followers. They don't all listen.
You'll see how he corrected me. So yeah, he just takes over.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. This is Mel's house.
So
Mel's house. This is Mel's house.
And so when the question came up, like, what's your issue with it? I was like, I don't have an issue. There's just some things I wanted to point out.
Is that how I asked the question? Was that my fate? Did I do it?
That's how it was presented to me. What's your issue with Proverbs 31? I was like, issue? I have some valid concerns, and I wanted to ensure that the total woman was looked at and not just what all she was doing. And that's why I was saying everyone is not an entrepreneur. And so, yeah, that just is what it is. Some of us don't like getting up in the morning.
Yeah, but you mentioned entrepreneurship like a few times. And are you feeling? And I'm not taking over. I'm just asking. Do you feel pressure like to be an entrepreneur?
In this day and age, let me backtrack. I'll say when the pandemic are we still in the pandemic?
I don't know.
Okay. So when the pandemic started, I felt pressured to come up with a business.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, man, like, what am I going to do? Because I went from 3 different jobs to 1. So yeah, the pressure was definitely there. However, nothing came out of it. So it was kind of like, man, am I a failure because the world shut down and I didn't come out of it with this, Fortune 500 company? Or is it okay to just experience life and a historical moment that I can share with my kids later and what I learned in the midst of it?
I think what happened is that the seed was planted. You just didn't have the right partner. You wasn't aligned with someone that can actually help you.
Yeah, I can agree with that somewhat, right? Because I think that a lot of us think we can run a business as long as we have a partner, but some of us don't know how to be led or to stay teachable, right? So,
good God Almighty, like Jesus said, how much longer? How much longer? But yeah, definitely, But if that's not you, then that was the only thing that was missing. Like you were just missing the right
thing. Well, I mean, and maybe the timing was wrong because I have prayed about it. Like, God, I need, destiny helpers. I need, that wasn't the terminology, but I get it. It's cute. But yeah, I was like, I need to know who I should partner with to do X, Y, and Z. And when no one was presented, and then the one girl that I thought was going to be it, she kind of went ghost. Mm-hmm. Still friends on Facebook, but will not. Like that day we were supposed to meet, she didn't answer the phone call. Mm-hmm. She didn't return my phone call. Mm-hmm. I'm like, are you dead, alive? Nothing. I guess that was just not meant to be. But I've had other people who have flexed to help. And everybody wants to be a mentor until you don't romantically like them. And then all of that gets thrown out the window. So there's that. That's a whole nother conversation.
Sounds like it.
All right. So this is the conclusion of this episode discussing Proverbs 31. What characteristics do you identify with in this woman? And what do you think you need to learn more of? And identify. Let me know if you have time in the comment section. I think they still allow you to leave a voice recording. So I just want to hear your feedback. Please be upfront and honest because I do respond. And until then, you all have a beautiful night, beautiful morning, beautiful evening, wherever you are in this world. And we'll see you on the next one.